Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. Hello. Welcome to the start of the week. Welcome to the InfoServe webinar. I hope everyone's good today. Can everybody hear me? Can you give me a yes or a no? Can everybody hear me? We had a few sound issues earlier on. So, hi, Rebecca. Hi, Julia. Everyone hear me? Yes. Thank you. Just checking. Because I'm going to bring Josh in today. For those that have been with us for the last couple of weeks through these webinars, Josh has been hiding in the background in the chat. He is entering the video shortly. Josh, I'll introduce you in a minute. No need to come in yet. Everything seems good. Freddie, you might want to refresh if you have any issues. Just click refresh. Happy to everyone. Hi, Graham. Yes, Graham. Graham, I'll pick up the first note. We sent an email out about an 11 a.m. webinar, and feedback from that has been everybody prefers 2 p.m. and I think that suits more people. So we're sticking with the 2 p.m. No changes. Just carry on as normal at 2 p.m. Apologies if you were hoping for 11 a.m. but we're going to move that till 2 p.m. So everyone's joining us here 2 p.m. We've got lots of people in here today. So Fred, you had your headphones in the socket, no problem. That's understandable. I do that all the time, right? Have the headphones in and leave them in there. David, thank you for the lovely message there. You were told I was trying to do 10%, and I'm just reading for your okay, webinars, excellent. When I was, you were told that when I was trained to do presentations, people only take in about 10%. You are absolutely right. Death by PowerPoint, David, is one of my biggest fears, and that's exactly what I've been trying to avoid in these webinars, boring people to death. We've gone through a lot of stuff, David. We've covered everything from Google My Business listing to your website optimization to how you can get more inquiries. We've put all the webinars on YouTube. We have indeed done that. And so I have got the link to those, and we'll find the link during this and we'll put it into the chat. So I'm going to do a quick search as I'm talking on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday's webinar here at InfoServe. My name is Matt Wiles. I'm the operations manager at InfoServe, and I'm really pleased that you've been able to join us here today. We're getting more and more people in these channels, basically, and we're very excited to teach some new things. We've got Sam King, head of social media, joining us. He is going to build on what he showed you last week. What he showed you last week was how to set up your Facebook and Instagram page for the basic essentials to get going. He's going to then show you some more things around Facebook ads. So for those that do know, Facebook owns Instagram, and so a Facebook ad campaign gets you found both on Instagram, it pushes you out there, promotion, and it gets you on Facebook as well, of course. So for those that missed any of these sessions, I've already got it, and I think, David, you mentioned it. See my comment in the chat there. For any of you that missed the previous sessions, I've put them all on YouTube into a playlist. So if you just click on that link in the chat there, you'll be taken through to an exclusive channel hidden from everybody else on YouTube. So you guys can go into that channel there and you can view all of the videos from last week. How good is that? So you can stop, rewind, etc., etc. For those that are joining us today, we've got a few new things to go through with you. So we're going to, with no hesitation, we're going to crack on, and I'm going to bring Josh in. Josh, do you want to say hello? Josh, don't be shy. He's coming. So Josh is going to join on the video any minute now. So here he is. Oh, we can't hear you, Josh. We can't hear you, Josh. I don't think we can hear you. A few sound problems maybe there for Josh, but he'll sort it out. But in the meantime, whilst he's sorting that out, we wanted to let everyone that's new to this session just to give some credibility as to who we are. I know a lot of you know this already. We're one of 3 companies in the UK to be a Google Premier Partner and Microsoft Elite Partner. One of only 3 companies in the UK to be both a Google Premier Partner and Microsoft Elite Partner. So that means that we can give best practice advice. We're the only company in the UK, in Yorkshire, that is both partnerships with Google and Microsoft at that level. That's the highest level of accreditation. So we've been here since 1999. So we're going to be making sure to give you all the best possible advice. Josh is trying to sort out his sound issue. He's got a few issues there. Hello, Josh, though. Thanks for joining us there. Good to see you. So let's crack on. For those that joined on Saturday, yes, Saturday, can you believe we did a session on Saturday? We pointed out some key search engine optimization points, some key points that you need to look out for on your website. So we looked at an example of a good website that's done some good search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is the things that you can do on your website to help your website get found higher on Google. Some of the things we looked at was making sure that the URL structure is correct, the title tag matches the URL, your heading and your content all lines up nicely and is linked to the same keyword. So what I'm going to do is share my screen really quickly, because for those that weren't with us on Saturday, you missed a good one. And here's where we were looking. We were looking at this website. Now, if it's blurry, don't worry, I'll describe it as best as I can. But effectively, what we were saying is, if you go to one of the pages on, for example, this website, and these guys have done their SEO really well. I know the chap that did it, so I know this has been a good job. So if you, for example, went to, you see all these sort of pages at the top of the menu here, you've got under showers, we've got electric showers. So I'm just going to click on electric showers as an example, because I know that this page has been optimized well. Okay, so here's Josh. I can hear Josh now.
Hello, yeah, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, Josh.
There we go. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. Little bit of technical issues. I hope you're all doing well. It's nice to meet you all, kind of.
Yes. No, indeed, Josh. Thanks. Good to see you finally, Josh. We'll come back to you in a moment then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so looking at this page here, we're on the electric showers page. And the reason why I showed this example on Saturday is because they've created the perfect SEO structure for this particular page, and indeed most pages on this website. So it's a good one to look at. Looking at the URL, I know some of you can't see the URL. So what I'll do is I'll just type it in here. I've literally just copied it and typed it in here. Hopefully you can see that. Their URL is showerdot.com / for this particular page, it's /showers / electric showers. Now, the reason why they've put electric showers in that URL is because we are on the electric showers page. So I've gone to showers and then I've gone to electric showers, and that's the page I'm on. And so they've actually got the URL, the keyword in that address. Next thing they've done is in the title tag, they've got the keyword electric showers. So that title tag is optimized perfectly for this page. The heading right here, just at the top of the page, what we call the H1. So the heading is optimized for electric showers. So they've used the keyword in the heading, the title tag, and the URL. And then in the content, yep, you guessed it, they've put electric showers in the content as well. Now, make sure not to spam lots of keywords within your content, because that's very old school, and Google doesn't really like that kind of stuff anymore. So what they do is they've written a descriptive content, and it's nice to read, it's informative, and it's not spammy with keywords. So they've mentioned electric showers just the once, which is absolutely perfect. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a good page. And we can go to any page for SEO. Let's go to accessories, shower fittings, and I'll show you another example of how they've done it. So their URL, if I just paste it in here, just here, it's showerdot.com /shower accessories, because I'm under the shower accessories page, and then it's /shower fittings. So they've got a good URL with the keyword in there. And then in the title tag, it says shower fittings. And of course, the heading tag is shower fittings. And then in the content is shower fittings. Tick, 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 tick. They've got this the keyword matching whatever's on that page, and they've got it in all those different places. So I hope that was useful to those people on Saturday that saw that, because that was a really key point to all of this. So if I just go back to what I was looking at before, you can see that page there, highlighting the different elements that make up that SEO. There's so much to SEO, and a lot of you have asked for more help with website optimization. So you're all asking for website optimization. That's right, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So you're all asking for more help in that. So that's where we're starting this week. We're starting with some more website optimization. And what I asked everyone to do was, in the last couple of weeks, I've said to you to make sure you revisit your website, how your website looks visually, and to get the unique selling points clearly on your website. So whether that's the homepage or whether that is one of those service pages that we just looked at, what we call maybe a landing page or a service page, make sure your unique selling points are there and clear near the top of the page, underneath kind of the main image on that page that you land on. And there's a good example of a page layout. We talked about having the unique selling points just underneath. You see the contact form and the hero. We know that increases conversions. What we call in conversions basically are inquiries. So how many people have gone to the website, looked at the website, and then converted into an inquiry? We know that having those unique selling points, having the contact form clear, having a really strong call to action. We've talked about that last week. You can see those videos on YouTube, remember, how to optimize your website. But we're going to be elaborating on this week. So we're going to go into more detail about how you can optimize your website and get more inquiries. And a lot of you have been able to do this yourself. Some of you have had to speak to your website designer. Some of you have reached out to even myself, which we're very thankful for. But you can do these things yourself. And if you do need any help, I'm just showing this really quickly. If you do need any help, just go to infoserve.com/COVID, and on there you can get a free one-to-one with me. You can speak to me offline on a free one-to-one. Book in on the /COVID page, and we'll take it from there. Now, what we're going to do is, like I say, we're going to expand on the website optimization side of things. So before I move on, I'm just going to dive into the chat. Thanks, Kevin. No problem. Good to see it's helping.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is go and share my screen, because what I want to do now is show you how we as a company audit and check businesses' digital marketing. And we're going to be able to do this live in the webinar right now. So what I've done is I've taken those. There's a few of you joined on Saturday, and I asked a question. The question was, when was InfoServe established? And whoever were the first 5 people to get that right won an SEO audit. And so there was 5 of you correctly guessed 1999. InfoServe established 1999. And so one of the first ladies that came forward was the lovely Otilia. I remember your name. It's a unique, nice name. And you've been in every webinar, so thank you for that.
You have, thank you, yeah.
Yeah, it's been great, hasn't it, Josh? Seeing Otilia and everyone.
I've been talking to you on the chat this first time you've seen me.
Yeah, indeed. And so what I'm going to do, Otilia, and what I'm going to do for everyone now is share with you how we would audit your digital marketing, your website, and what the key things that we would look at. And these are the things that are generally in best practice that Google, Microsoft, etc., including Facebook as well. These are the things that they all recommend you look at. And so what I've got here is I've got a audit done, a bit more of a visual audit done for your company, your website, Potchat Training. So this is Otilia's company, it's Potchat Training. They do first aid and health and safety training. Otilia, what I want to draw your attention to, and I'm going to do this for other businesses, So if you're in the chat now, or if you're watching this and you want us to do this check for your business, give Josh, put your business name in the chat, and Josh will run the check in the background. Okay.
Yep.
So just pop your business name in the chat, and we'll set it up for you. We'll show you this imminently, within minutes. So drop your business name, your URL, sorry, your website URL, if that's okay. Apologies. Put your website address into the chat, and then Josh, you just need to put the website address in the search bar on this, if that's okay.
Yep. No
Great.
problem.
So get the website URL, and whilst you're doing that, I'll show you what we look at. So, for example, one of the things we've been talking about was your website absolutely needs to be mobile friendly. And luckily for most of you, websites now are mobile friendly. On our tool here, you can click through, and and it shows you how the website looks on mobile. So this is a really quick, nice way. Look, first of all, Otalia, thank you for putting your business name forward, first of all. But the good news is your website fits the screen perfectly. So that's good. Second of all, it has the right text. It's readable on mobile, and the links are big enough. So we talked last week on one of the sessions about optimizing for mobile. Well, you've got to make sure the buttons are clickable, right? Because if people are on mobile, it can be very frustrating to have to, when you have to kind of scroll around and move left and right to find the link that you're trying to click. Well, you need to make those buttons really easy and clickable. So the good news is for this website, it looks great. So that's fantastic. Just going to go back to that overview again. So mobile friendly looks brilliant. Tablet as well, fantastic. The only thing that's coming through here as a problem is the site speed. And we talked about this last week. We said that 47%, or we gave a stat around this mark, 47% of consumers expect a web page to load in 2 seconds or less. 47% expect 2 seconds or less. 33% abandon a website if it takes more than 4 seconds to load. So 33%, and this is conversion rate optimization, guys. This is effectively what we know that damages conversion rate. So the number of inquiries you get. So you've got to make sure your website loads quickly on a mobile device at the very least. And so for this particular example, it is just taking a little bit too long to load some of the first bit of content on the screen. So what this does, it's broken down. I've broken down here, Otalia, the different elements of your website that are taking time to load. And whoever gets this SEO check today, I'll send it through to you by email as well, so you can have a copy of it. But that is something you need to look out for, that everyone needs to look out for, the speed of your website on mobile. How can you check speed of website? Well, you can just go to Google, type in, do a search, site speed or site speed check. In fact, when I just put site speed, there is a better link. It's that first link. It's called Page Speed Insights. It's a Google tool, and it'll give you the site speed of your website, called Page Speed Insights. And look, it's right at the top of the search results there. If you just want us to do it for you, contact us, go to that infoserve.com/COVID page, and we'll run this report for you and do it for you for free. No problem. But basically, there's a site speed. Looks good. The other thing we talked about looking out for was SSL. Does anyone know what SSL is? So this is really important. SSL is when your website is encrypted and secure. You've probably all seen it before when you have a padlock at the top of the website. So indeed, you need to make sure that you've got your website secure and everything looks good. So that's good. Yours is. So that's one of my other tips. So what I'm doing is I'm picking out some of the key things that everybody should be taking note of, because certainly mobile friendly, site load speed, SSL, all really essential stuff, guys. So the other thing I wanted to point towards is what we're looking at is the titles and descriptions. We've been mentioning a lot about titles and descriptions, and this is a huge element of search engine optimization. And so I can tell you, like I say, fill in the form, and I'll do this on a one-to-one basis, or we'll be doing as many as we can now in the chat. But I'm just focusing in heavily on this one just to start things off, really. I've run it through our tool, and it's telling me that, it looks like there is quite a good title tag and quite a good description tag. But what I would just consider on some of the pages, Otilia, it's too long. The title tag is a little bit too long. And so you want to reduce that maybe down to about 45 characters, we'd say. So some of the titles and descriptions are a little bit too long. So 45 characters for the title tag. And you can see, Otilia, that some of them are just a little bit too long. But generally, it's not too bad. You've got a reasonably good score. But title tags are essential. And so, guys, in your title tag, if I just actually dive back into that, sorry, in your title tag, how to do a title tag? Well, Otilia's homepage one is actually perfect, and it says there's no issues found with the homepage one. So on the homepage, what she's done is put the main keyword, first aid, and then she's put training on safety courses as the second keyword. That is brilliant. If she was a local business, she really should put the location in as well. So first aid, training and safety courses, Nottingham, for example. That's what the title tag should read, and then it should have your business name at the end if you can fit that all in. But certainly start with the title tag and the title tag keyword and then the location. So first aid training, Nottingham. Really important that everybody does that. How to check your title tag? Well, let's go back to a homepage. We'll just use this one, for example. Remember, you can view your title tag at the very top of your window. So you've got a window open, you've got a browser open. It literally is on the tab of the browser, right there at the top of the page. So I've got a few tabs open here, but if I just hover my mouse over the tab, it kind of pops up with the title tag. One thing else I can do is simply type the business name into Google. If I type the business name into Google, I can see the title tag right here. So all you need to do is type your business name into Google, and there you go. And the title tag is one of the first things that Google looks at. So essential to get that right. Okay, so let's go back. One of the other key things that we've talked about is headings. So I'm just skipping past some of the sort of lesser important things and really focusing on some of the big things, so headings. Make sure your headings are well defined. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, use defined headings to help searchers, people, and search engines understand what's on that website page. For example, you have a number of different headings available to you. You can select H1s, heading 1, H2, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, and so on and so on. H1 obviously is the one at the top of the page, the most important heading on the page. So the only thing I would say with this website is we've found that it's got two headings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the website and show you how we've worked out that it's got two H1s. So it has got two H1s, which is a problem. And here's, if I just get rid of that, there we go. So here's the H1s on this website. Podtrack training, first aid. Podtrack training is one heading, and then the other heading is first aid training on safety courses. I'll show you what I mean. It says welcome to Podtrack training, and then the other heading says it's the thing I was just looking at, basically. So let's just go back. Well, it did say welcome to. So what I remember, this website had welcome to Podtrack training. So I wonder if I gave it Otilia this advice on Saturday. So I think she's probably changed it, and so it's just not picked up on the tool yet. But it did say welcome to Podtrack training, and then she'd pressed return, and then it created two headings. So please do be careful not to create two headings on page. Make sure you've got just one H1 tag on there. So hopefully that's fixed now. And then you've got the H2s and so on and so on. So any headings on page, make sure they're in order. H1, H2, H3. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, your website developer will. Or if you want any help with this, just reach out to me and we'll pick this up, offline. But this is a really important thing you need to look out for on your website, guys. So make sure you've got, at the very least, make sure you're heading on the page, on each page. So if I just go back to Podtrack training, and if I just go to fire safety page, for example, make sure your heading on the top of that page, yeah, perfect, has the keyword in there. So this is it, and she's got it. It says fire safety training courses. So that's brilliant that she's got that in the heading. It's got the keyword that page is talking, the description of that page. What is the content on that page? And put that in the heading. Hope that's okay for everyone. All right, so I'm moving down on the list of SEO checks, and it's even telling me that we've got plenty of backlinks. What are backlinks? Well, I would look to try and get your website on a quality website elsewhere. So, for example, what we've done for a customer recently is we wrote a blog for our customer, and we got that blog published, that article, it was published in a local newspaper online. So it was the local online newspaper. And this was a trader. I think he was a builder. I think he was a builder, local builder, and he did loft conversions and things like that. And we got his blog, his article published in a local newspaper. And it was under the builders kind of area, the trades area on the website. So a very relevant area of the website. And what they did is they published our blog, our article, and they had to learn more about Dave the builder, click here, and it was his website link. And so if anyone clicks on that website link, it goes straight to his website. That's really powerful. Getting a high quality link back to your website like that is really powerful. Okay, so backlinks are useful, and I'd always recommend having backlinks. Now, we want to look down here and go to the next most important thing. And so there's no video. And we talked about video on Saturday, even. I mentioned it in our quick webinar. And we're going to be looking at we're going to look at videos in more detail. But I just wanted to sort of talk to you about video and why videos are so important for your website. Videos on websites give websites higher conversion rates. So websites that have video get a higher conversion rate, and 77% of consumers say they've been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a video. How amazing is that? So all you need to do is have a video somewhere on your website, ideally the homepage, or if it's describing a product or service, get it on that specific page. Look, there's so many cool, interesting statistics about video, but certainly what video does is it influences decisions. And so how would you get a video? Well, I would even go as far to say, just get someone to get a good phone with a good camera and just video you at work, in the office or in the shop or wherever it may be, or out and about, literally doing the work that you do. Maybe you're a gardener and you want to kind of get someone to video doing the work. Imagine how much trust and credibility that would create if someone could see you at work. People don't use your business because they don't trust you, and that's one of the main reasons why they won't call you. I'm sure there's lots of fantastic websites out there, and I'm sure all your businesses are fantastic, but you need to make sure that you're building trust with your audience. So a video, images of your team, it really does help build that trust. So those are some of the key things on the website, but we're not going to stop there, because there's something else that we haven't talked about, and it's called citations. What are citations? Well, Otilia, Potat Training, we have found an issue with your citations. I'm going to explain what citations are, but I'm going to click on this big red alert that's coming up here under your local listings. So if you're a local business, and Otilia, I understand that you might not do local work, but you are based in Birmingham, sorry, and so you might want to get some local business. But if you're a local business, I highly recommend that you get listed in as many places as you can. And this applies to everyone. And so what we've noticed with this one is this company has a Google listing, obviously. It has a Google Maps listing, and it's looking great. Opening hours, photos, all there. They've got a Facebook page, brilliant. They've even got a listing on something called Where To, fantastic. And there's a couple more other listings as well. But if you have a look at all these other directories here, these are what we call high quality directories. And so if you're watching this webinar back, you might want to pause it as I'm scrolling down here, because these business listings, these business directories are high quality and offer free listings. Indeed, you can obviously pay for more premium listings, but you can get your business listed on these for free. and we can't even find your listing on a sat nav. Now, this might not apply to this business, but if you're a local business that I can go and visit, you want to make sure that your business listing is found on sat navs, because sat navs also have business listings. But yet you need to build something called citations. Citations are just listings of your business. Citations are where Google and the search engines have found a listing of your business, the name, the address, and the phone number. It's what they call in the industry NAP, N-A-P, name, address, phone number. And by having as many listings across the internet with your name, address, phone number, and obviously if you can get in there the website link, that really is powerful for SEO. And so all of this that we're talking about is all linked to search engine optimization. And the more citations you have, and the more consistent they are with the same address, same business name. And look, this listing on Facebook is actually a little bit inconsistent. And maybe it's picked up a different one here. I don't know. But it is a bit inconsistent. So just bear that in mind. You need to have exactly the same name, address, phone number across all of your different listings. And I'd recommend using, over the 30, 40 listings that we've got here. And to learn more on this, just reach out to us and we'll happily send you a list of this for free. And we'll happily audit your business on this for free. So, one thing I would say about this business, they've certainly got social media and they're using social media really well. So you've got everything done there. And in fact, we noticed that you've got a Facebook ads campaign potentially running and something called Facebook retargeting. If anyone's heard of Facebook retargeting, wow, wait for Sam's presentation this week. Like 2 p.m. daily, we're doing webinars and Sam, our head of social media, is going to talk to you at some point about Facebook retargeting. And what that is when you can show your ad on Facebook to an audience, specific audience, but your ad is only showing to people that have already looked at your website. So they've already shown an interest in your business, but they may have just forgotten, they may not have booked, or may have not found, and you can retarget them on Facebook. It's incredibly powerful. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. Josh, I presume you have...
I've got loads of businesses ready. I've ran them through. That it's on my account, so I can just share my screen. Unless you can see...
I've got it here, Josh.
Oh, brilliant. You've got... Yeah, we go there. All. So I was looking at the E-Type Press Limited. I think that's a good one to have a look at just to begin with. Just to tackle some questions that have been popping in. We've had a couple of questions, Ralph and Atelier as well, about does having videos slow down your site? Now, it's a bit of a catch-22. We know it converts better. We know people prefer to look at videos. We know it engages people. We know they stay on the page longer because of that. Now, it's a catch-22. It's trying to find that fine balance. Obviously, having a video can slow down the site, especially on mobile. But what you can do is you can decide whether you want to show that video on mobile or only on desktop. If you show it on desktop, people are connected to more than likely plugged in with a cable, so it's going to be fast no matter what. So highly would recommend having a video on there. Now, bearing in mind YouTube, Vimeo, there's loads of different video providers. YouTube do it day in, day out. That's exactly what they do. They know how to make videos load super fast, super quick. Host it on there and then have that coming through as your background. Again, it's a catch-22. Yeah, we want conversions, but obviously we need the site to be fast as well to even get the people on the site to watch the video. So yeah, it's whatever's best for your business, really. We always recommend it. Again, maybe not so on the mobile side because obviously more than likely connects to 3G or 4G. Would you agree with that, Matt?
Yep, I just wanted to unmute myself. Yeah, I completely agree on the mobile side. And it's site speed. Yeah, and when you run a check on site speed, it's using like a 3G, 4G connection.
Exactly.
So do bear that in mind. Jerry in the chat there. Jerry, I think I know Jerry. He's worked with us in the past. Hi, Jerry. If you have a presence in multiple locations, guys, so anyone that's got more than one location for their business, yes, you can set up local listings for each location. But I think, given that you just want to start things off maybe and want to get going, I'd focus on your main location to start with.
100%.
So we have a location in Yorkshire and just north of Leeds. We have another location just a bit further north as well. But we've really focused in on our one main head office location. So make sure you just at least get as many citations, e.g. listings, for your main location. Another question, someone's mentioned about videos. Does it slow down the loading time? No, it shouldn't slow down the loading time if you've maybe got that video on YouTube, for example. You might have that video on YouTube and you've got that on your website. It shouldn't slow down the load time too much.
Yes.
Too much. I've been doing these webinars for 2 weeks solid, so I think probably my words are getting muddled up now.
Yeah. 14 days in isolation.
We've got some great ones here, and it's gonna be really useful for everyone to see these, because I'm sure you can all relate to the different elements. So Josh, if you just want to make me and you sort of middle option in terms of size at the bottom right, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. So what I'm going to do is, I see that we've had a lot come in here, and wow, there is tons and tons and tons. Well, I'll start from the top with the Guards Hotel, if that's okay.
Yeah, I did loads. So give us a choice.
So the Guards Hotel looks. We've got an overall score here. I mean, this is weighted in different ways. So I wouldn't put too much focus on the score just at this stage, because this is early days. But what we want to look at, first of all, is the website score, which has got a score of 80, which is fantastic.
Brilliant.
So there's no issues whatsoever with site speed. Look at that, 82% for this business here. There's no issues at all with the secure website. You've got a few issues here with titles and description. So let me just have a deep dive into that one really quickly. So don't forget, just to summarize, your title and description are displayed on search engines when the website is shared on social media. So when you share a link, everybody, you've done a post on Facebook and social media, and you share your website link. Have you noticed how it automatically comes up with a title within that link and then a description? That is actually your title and description tag as well. But it's mainly obviously seen on the search engine. So do bear that in mind. Now, this particular title tag looks okay to me on the homepage. So the homepage looks good. But the description tag is a little bit too long, with 173 characters. So I'd look to shorten that slightly. That's not too bad though. So don't make any drastic changes, but it is maybe slightly too long. And actually, to be honest with you, the Guards Hotel, sorry, I haven't got your name, but it looks okay. The only one that's a little bit too long in terms of title tag is the About. So let's just go to the About page really quickly. And even when we say it's too long, it looks okay. I probably wouldn't change that, to be honest with you. These look okay. You've got a good score here. So the website itself is looking really good, and I've not seen a score of 80 for a long time. So well done on that. But there is a bit of a thing with headings here, and this can change. Headings can change at any time. The scores on headings can change at any time. Now, I'm just trying to look through the definition of what we've got going on here. So we've got hotels in Edinburgh, which looks good, but then that's the heading one. So the main heading on your website is Hotels Edinburgh. That's great. But as we go down, there are some empty headings that you could fill. Again, this isn't drastically bad, actually. This isn't the worst thing. It's just a case of there is an opportunity to add more headings onto that website. So you're missing some H3s, is what we call. Going down, I'm just looking up for the key bits, really. Some of these things are not too bad. That's all looking good, to be honest with you, Guards Hotel. It looks like you're not running any ad campaigns. I'd always recommend running an ad campaign. campaign, whatever the budget may be, because it's basically essentially it's pay per click. So you're only paying when you get quality traffic through to your website. And if no one's finding you, if no one's searching for you, then it's not costing you very much at all. But I'd always run a pay per click campaign. Looking at your local citations, the listings, again, looks like there's a few issues here. Let me just do a quick check of your Google. Let me have a look at your Google search result. So what this does is it allows me just to dive into it really quickly. So here on the right-hand side is your Google My Business listing, which is fantastic. And you just need to make more use of posts. So Google Posts. Sometimes people are saying to me, how do we use Google Posts? Well, it's really, really easy. And what I'm going to do is show you very quickly. You go to the top right of Google and make sure you're signed into Google, and you can jump straight into Google My Business, and it's just there at the top right. There's an app button, and you can go to the Google My Business page, and you just then will be taken straight through to your Google listing. So I'm just going to go to an example Google listing here, and down on the left-hand side of the page, you will see there it is, just at the top there, posts, just at the top here. If anyone can see, it says posts. So I click on posts, and then I can create a post. And what I'd recommend everyone to do, first of all, is put a COVID-19 update on. So there you go, changes to your business, write a little update. You can put a button on there. It's really cool. But with posts, you can also put offers on. And when you do this, so if I put an offer on, I can put a title, I can put a start date, I can put a voucher code even, and terms and conditions if I really want to. There's really so much you can do with Google Posts. But the coolest thing is about Google Posts is once you publish that post, it shows on the search results, on the search page. Someone types in your business name, the Google Post will be just here on your Google My Business listing. So it's really useful. Keep doing a post once a month, I'd say. Okay, so going back to this, you are missing some business listings. As you can see, there are some there, there are some missing. So just bear that in mind. There's some opportunities to get some more business listings in there. So really good website, actually, Guards Hotel. It's coming out good. Now what I'm going to do is just have a look at a couple more in there.
Just before you carry on, Matt, we've had a couple of questions. So first one, so Shahid, most definitely yes. So mobile loading time is way more than desktop. How to resolve? So with your mobile loading speeds, it's that is the reason why it's so different to desktop is because Google like to serve, you should be serving a mobile version only site for the mobile. Now, with mobile, as you know, speed is everything. You've really got to make sure that your images, the number one thing as to why your site is loading slow on a mobile is probably your images. They're probably way too big. You need to compress them, optimize them for mobile. That is the number one biggest issue. Matt, he mentioned in a couple of webinars ago about page speed insights. We'll put a link in for page speed insights again. And again, that just gives you a rundown. Again, so does our tool as well. Our tool will show you exactly kind of what you can do to improve your mobile speed. A little word of warning is it can get very technical. That is mainly for web developers to look at. The terminology and the jargon that's involved in there it can be a bit overwhelming. But don't worry, always start with your images basically to kind of at least help with that. Yes, Felicity, I can see you replying there, Matt. A H1 on every page, without a doubt. That is 100% an absolute must. Mainly to let people know that they've landed on the right page. People need that confirmation that they're there, and that yes, this is the right page that I have landed on, that I'm looking for. I'm sure you'll agree, Matt.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thomas mentioned, I think you may find that hotels cannot do Google Posts. Yes, you're right, Thomas. There are some categories on Google My Business. Now, the reason being is with hotels, Google are trying to get into the transport side there. I'm not too sure if you've seen it, but you can now book flights through Google. You can check hotel prices. They really are venturing into the transportation and holiday kind of side to it. Now, hotels have a lot more features than what normal Google My Business actually provides. You can put check-in dates. It's just a lot more comprehensive because you've got all those extra features. They take away some, unfortunately, and it just so happens that it's the posts section. So you might find with some business categories that the posts aren't there.
Yeah. Yes. Apologies, guys. When I'm saying these things, it's really for the wider audience. So you can, most of you can put posts on and et cetera, et cetera. But there are some extra features, like Josh says, that accommodation businesses have on Google My Business. So do check those out. Looking at another website here, the only thing. So what are we looking at here is we're looking at E-Type Press Limited. So I'm going to go to the website in a minute, guys. I'm going to actually go on this website. But looking at the title tags and the description tags, most of them, again, looking very good. But just bear in mind, sometimes the description tag is either here too long or too short. So bear that in mind. What I'm going to do, though, is go straight to this website because we're not only looking at some of the technical details today, we're looking at the layout of the website and how you can get more inquiries from simply having a strong layout on the website. Now, design counts for everything. 94% of first impressions are design related. So essentially what I'm saying is make sure your website looks the part. Make sure it is beautifully designed. We showed a couple of examples of beautiful designs, one of which was Airbnb. Bearing in mind how striking and simplistic and clean this website is. Guys, if you have concerns about your own website or you think your web developer will charge a fortune to do this, no. I could, even myself could build this in minutes. This isn't difficult to do. You just need a talented designer. Our team of talented designers can do this in minutes. It's very simple, striking fonts, clean, symmetrical, easy to read. Simple, good imagery on there. And so do bear that in mind. And that's what I would say is, look, this business has a lot of services. It really is good. It's got free consultation, UK-wide dispatch, bespoke service. Everything looks fantastic. I would just now start to consider the design of the website. Maybe a refresh is neat. A website should be refreshed every 3 years, should be redesigned every 3 years. It's a bit like fashion. It's a bit like trends, right? So you've got to keep on top of the competition. You're in competition with Amazon. Think how perfectly laid out their website is. If I go to one of the pages, and by the way, I love how much stuff you do here. You've got so many different services. You've got some really clear, unique selling points. That's great. I'd love to think you've done that on the back of our webinars, but you've got some clean, unique selling points in here with a really clear call to action. Contact us. That's great. But so if I click on contact us, it's going to take me to another page. Okay, brilliant. Now, bearing in mind that takes me to another page. If you're running an ad campaign, or if you want to run a marketing promotion on any of your on your services, let's for example say that you run a campaign on personalized gifts for animal. So you're on Facebook, you want to do a post, and it's for targeting people that might be interested in gifts for animal lovers. You might want to do a Google Ads campaign just for that because there is a big demand for that. I'd be a bit wary about sending them to this page because it's great that you've really labeled what this page is, but you've got everything on here, which is great. But it actually, I think what it does is my concern is it's taking me off. The call to action is taking me to another page. But let me just go to one of the sort of specific product pages, if I may. Okay, so we're on personalized mugs, and I've seen people run promotion campaigns for specific services like this. And if you've got a service that you want to get more inquiries for, I'd recommend running an ad campaign or a promotion. Now, looking at this one, I see that you've got the details, you've got the content, but again, the call to action, yes, you can buy online, but everybody should be making sure that their call to action doesn't take them off to other pages because that can lower conversion rates. So if I give you an example of how easy this is to do, let's say we're building a website, and let me go to a service page, for example. Now this is blank, okay? There's nothing in here. What I'm going to do is very, very quickly, if I may, create the perfect layout. So at the top of the page, all you need to do is have the main hero, the main title, and a contact form. So imminently, this is going to load. It'll take 2 seconds, guys. Just bear with. Here we go. Okay. So for example, I'm going to select one of our pre-built landing kind of hero images. So I'm just going to do this, save this in. I'll show you how easy it is. Any designer can do this, but I've done it. So what I've done is I've already created now, if I just preview that, we pre-built these sections. We know that this layout works. We know that if there's a service page with this structure like this, we know it gets more conversions. So why bother reinventing the wheel every time we build a website? We simply have saved that layout and just then tweak it for every new website we build because it works. So you've got a clear headline. You've got a small description about what it is you do. And actually what we tend to do is we remove the button on this particular one and we just leave the contact form here. Because if you just want form fills or if you just want inquiries or phone calls, whatever it is your goal is, make it really clear and easy to do for the end visitor. And so there we go. It's really easy to book an appointment. And what have we got here? We've got the unique selling points. Really simple, really clean, really quite well designed. And so that would be a really good layout to the service page. Underneath that main section, what I would do is I'd add a little bit more information about the service that you're offering, that this page is talking about. So again, we've already done this. Now you can see what I'm doing here. It's very templated. It's very generic. What I would do here is simply change the image to a vet, and you get the picture. And so I'd put in there, learn more, or a description about that particular service. And there we go. We've got the main bit, the clear call to action with unique selling points, and then we've got a little bit more about the product below. I asked this last week. Can anyone tell me what I need to put? One of the final things I need to make sure I put on this page. What is going to help me get more conversions? What is going to help me get more inquiries? What do people want to see or read before they potentially make a decision? Can anyone answer that? Josh, is there anyone in chat that's got the right answer?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay. What do I need to add onto this page that's going to increase conversions, guys? Especially if you're running a promotion or if you've got a specific product page or service page.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. What is it, Josh?
They're all flooding in now. They're all flooding in.
Brilliant.
Thomas, Jen, Felicity, Attilia, Andrew, Maggie.
What's the answer?
Testimonials and reviews. Oh, here we go. Now they're really flooding in.
There we go. Testimonials and reviews. And make sure you have that on your page. It is essentially telling the visitor why people believe in your service or what people say. So that is the perfect landing page or service specific page. And I'm going to say what? Sorry, Josh, you were going to say something?
Yeah. So I was just going to tackle Rebecca's question just before it gets lost in the chat. So she mentioned that she's getting different page speed times when she runs the Google Page Speed Insights tool compared with her website builder's own speed tests. Now, there's an obvious answer to this with the website builder's own speed test is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle as to why it's important to go with what Google's saying. So in terms of how you are displayed on Google in terms of your position, speed is a ranking factor. So for SEO purposes, Google will look at your mobile speed. Last year in 2019, they actually made a change from looking at desktop sites to just mobile. So now whenever Google looks at your website, they will only look at the mobile version. So that's why it's really important to make sure the mobile version is up to scratch and fast. whatever Google is saying on their Google Page Speed Insights, I would go with what they are saying, because ultimately they're the ones who are going to put you in position 1, 2, 3, or 4, not the website builder. So I'd always go on what Google are recommending, because that very software is what they're using to determine what position you should be. In terms of speed, obviously there's 1,000,001 factors as to what goes into who comes up first. But speed is a very important factor.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You can get different scores in different places, guys. So just, it can be quite tricky. But Josh, you're absolutely right. And before I go back into chat myself as well, before I join you, I just added a little bit more here to explain this a bit better. So let's say, for example, look, I know this is an example website. Right? This is actually a vet one that I've mocked up. Now I'm talking about back pain. I think I need coffee, guys. So basically, let's pretend this is a medical company, small business, or a physiotherapist is probably a better example. And this is the back pain page. Well, clearly I've labeled it back pain, but this is my end tip on creating more conversions. Start with the pain. Literally, start with the problem that people are having. So you can see what I've done here is gone, do you have back pain? And then offer the solution. Well, explain why your solution can fix that problem. So that's a neat little marketing trick, content writing, in terms of start with the problem and explain how your solution can help with that problem. And then the clear call to action. Book your appointment, get a 30-minute consultation, whatever it may be. But start with the problem and offer the solution. And so you can see how easy it is to build a page on a website. Guys, you need to be reaching out to your web designers, putting them on the spot, asking them, I want the perfect landing page. They should already have that already built for you. As you can see, we already have that already built for any customer. And there it is again, another version of the perfect landing page. And it's because it works. We know that this layout works and gets people more inquiries. So your web designer should be able to help you with that. But essentially, like I say, put them on the spot, speak to them, and get the website looking good. Design counts for everything. First impressions are design related. So make sure it looks beautiful, guys. That I cannot stress enough, that people make decisions on how things look. Okay, so we've been here an hour. We've got a few people that gave us business names for the SEO audit, for the digital marketing audit. And I'm going to ask Josh kindly to just get those on a PDF and send them over to whoever's left, whoever hasn't had it. Before I go, I'll just skim through the remaining ones. So what if those that have put the business name forward, could you just drop Josh your email address? Or I tell you what might be easier. If you just want to email me directly, Josh, what's easier for you to get email addresses?
Well, if you fill out the contact form on the COVID page, that's probably the easiest, and then I can get in touch straight away. It's already in my emails and stuff. Then you're not having to write any emails down or anything. Just fill in that form. I'll get in touch and I'll send you your report straight away. If you do want me to send the report, please definitely do fill out that form. It's just at the bottom of the link. The link's in the sticky menu right at the top. Scroll down to the bottom, fill out that form, and I'll get in touch and I will send you your free reports.
Thanks. Perfect. Yeah, no, just fill in the form on infoserve.com/COVID, and then we'll send your free reports. We'll send those over. Just checking another one before we go. Like I say, on this one, it was Leo Wilkinson. Good website, really good. Everything looks good. It's just that sometimes websites aren't mobile friendly, web friendly, or takes a little bit longer to load. So just bear in mind that some of your images look to me like quite high resolution images. So everything looks good. and we're going to send this over to you, Leo, and we'll send everyone else's. I hope that's helped. This is the beginning of the week, and we've got so much to show you this week.
Yes.
As I said to you, we've got
planned.
things about remarketing, retargeting on Facebook, how to do that, how to set up something called Facebook Pixel, which all of you need on your website. We're going to look at Google Analytics. We're going to be looking at website optimization. We've got a lot more, haven't we, Josh?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Kevin. I've just got your message straight away. So that's I'll be straight on to sending your report. Thank you very much for sending that in. Just to answer some couple of questions before we go. Sorry, I keep looking left and right. I've got monitors. I'm not just looking in the corner of my room. So yeah, just to answer a couple of questions, really. So Rebecca, you asked what is the minimum mobile speed you recommend. So in terms of that Google score, they score that on a number of factors, but the actual speed is less than 3 seconds, quicker than 3 seconds. If it's quicker than 3 seconds, then Google deem it as a fast website. I think they've actually changed it slightly to 2.5, but again, around 3 seconds, as long as it's faster than 3 seconds on mobile, that's good. If you look on the page speed insights, it actually tells you your first paint and stuff like that. So just try keep it as fast as possible is really the best answer. But the minimum, again, around 3 seconds. Jerry, would you use a separate landing page for each service? I would 100% recommend that, especially when running ads. People just want to look at that one. If they type in back pain near me, for instance, or chiropractor near me, they want to then land on a page, whatever they've typed in. The ideal situation, which unfortunately is going to take a lot of time to do, is for every keyword that someone searches for you, have that keyword on the landing page. Obviously, there's loads of keywords out there that I could possibly find you for. But yeah, try and have each service as an individual page.
Yeah, like this.
Perfect.
This. So it's just on the left-hand side, guys. The menu for this website's on the left for this particular one. This is how this particular business wanted it. So you've got this might say services here instead of signage, print, and graphics, but effectively it's a page for every single service, and on that you optimize it. So you've got your main heading with the main keyword. You've got the title tag as vehicle, library, and a URL, etc., etc., etc. I can go to any page. So I'll go window graphics, again, window graphics, title tag, window graphics, etc., etc. But not only that, you have an area that I would recommend if you're a local business, you have an areas we cover. So a dedicated page for the different locations that you cover as well. More on this week, but essentially this will really help with your search engine optimization. But yes, have a dedicated page. Screen sharing off. There we go. We're going to end today's webinar there. What we're going to do is Josh is going to hang around in the chat for a couple more minutes. I'll come off screen. But yes, Josh is going to hang around in the chat and answer some of those remaining questions. And before we do that, I'll just say thank you so much for everybody that joined. It is genuinely a privilege to be able to do this for you guys, and thank you for your time. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If you need any one-to-one advice, just drop on the landing page just there on the screen there. We'd love to know how we did and how we're doing. We're truly overwhelmed by all the positive response so far. Thank you for that. Just go to search InfoServe Trustpilot on Google and you'll see the first link, InfoServe Trustpilot. And it means so much for us to get a review. That's all we ask for is a review of feedback as to how we did. Thank you so much for this, guys. I'm going to leave this on screen. Josh is going to chat away in the chat. Thank you. And we'll see you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. for something really good tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Goodbye.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.